Hey everybody, happy Saturday afternoon. I hope everyone can see me cool and okay. Hi Grace, I just noticed that you popped in. Thank you for joining live. It's good to see you. Thank you for supporting too the Lady Boss Show. Everyone, if you do not know, you should know by now. I am Lady Ronica Chanel, the host of the creator of the Lady Boss Show. And I know usually we come on like around on Thursday nights, but I'm flexible. So sometimes you're going to see me Thursday nights during the week, and sometimes you may see me on the weekends. But ladies, for those of you going to come in, I want to thank you for watching live and thank you for watching the replay as well. Hi, Grace. You said you're glad to be on. Yeah, I'm glad to see you. I know. Thank you for supporting since the premiere, and you've been sharing it out and everything. And also, Grace is one of my good customers of Dashfication Boutique as well. She bought some jewelry and she likes to post it on her Facebook page. So I greatly appreciate it. And if anybody is watching, please make sure you comment so I can engage with you. As I can highlight your comments, and then also feel free to share this out as well. This broadcast out, and I do see we have some viewers coming in. And tell us too, what's you can say your city, or you can just say your state if you like. What state that you're watching, so I can shout you out. And share this with your followers, any groups, any pages that you feel some ladies may benefit from. Because I have an amazing guest this afternoon. So you're saying tonight, this afternoon. And she's a young lady that I connect with on Instagram. And she created the Influential Woman on Instagram. Now I see some comments are coming in. I do see Bessie, she's watching from Cary, North Carolina. Oh, and that's great. She's engaging. I would say that's what I like. She's engaging with Bessie. And then Grace said that she loved what she purchased. It makes her look so fly. Thank you, Grace. And the Grace is watching. I call it my second home now, y'all. She is watching from Atlanta, Georgia. So as you come in, I want to thank for those who are already watching so far. Let me make sure I tell everyone, first of all, what this is, because this could be your first time, your very first time ever seeing this, because you never know. You never know who could be watching for the first time, who'll be watching you, been watching all along. This is the Lady Boss Show. And as I said, I'm the host and the creator of the Lady Boss Show. So I created this platform for women to have girl talk, that we can talk, engage, that we can collaborate and get to know some of the women that I have connected with that has been inspiring and that's doing the doggone thing. So the Becoming Her series is what this is, where I'm talking to women who are using their God-given gifts to help transform the world through empowerment and through also encouragement as well. So you'll be surprised how when you use your gifts, you'd be surprised who can you touch and who you can help transform. So I don't call out my view. I do see that someone else has come in. And let me let you guys know, I'm using the BeLive app if anyone's interested in using it. So if you are watching, I can't really see you on this end. So I would need for you, if you want me to engage with you and shout you out, make sure that you put some comments and share this to your other followers as well. We do have sponsors, of course. The sponsor is Dash Sophistication Boutique. It's one of the sponsors. Chanel Healthcare Services and my podcast, Cultivating the Lux Lifestyle Podcast, as well, is one of the sponsors. So I want to thank you for those who are going to be watching the replay. Once again, I like to also mention the replay because there's power in replay. There's power in the replay as well. And this is being seen not just in the United States. It also has been seen according to Facebook Insights all over the world as well. So I am excited that, the ladies are loving this, that you're enjoying this. It's like, wow. For me, it's like, wow. I'm so thankful for this moment. So I know different ones have seen the post that I put up about my guest, that she's into branding, and that and I know different ones are interested, like how in the world do you create a Facebook page or Instagram page and have it growing as fast as it has grown. This young lady has, and so I had to put her up here. I had to put her on the Lady Boss Show because she's a boss babe. We have this little hashtag called Boss Babe. She's a boss babe. She's doing her own thing. She's a young lady that's very inspiring, and she's inspiring others. She created the Influential Woman podcast, and she created the Influential Woman Instagram page, which I would like for those of you to go up there and check it out. And she's doing an amazing thing. I mean, she really is gifted for branding, and she can help you if you're interested in branding as well. So the young lady I'm talking about is Mikeala Ann Barnes. Let me bring her in so everyone can see her. There's Mikeala.
Hi, how are you? Thank you for that wonderful introduction.
Oh, you're welcome, Mikeala. I like to start things off by letting the guests start talking. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, in 2015, I started blogging, and at that point in my life, I was, a little lost. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do with my life, but I knew that I loved having a connection with people, and that I loved connecting with people on social media for sure. And so I kind of took that and ran with it, and so a blog became kind of a brand, and I started helping other people with their blogs and kind of giving people tips on Instagram, how to really connect with people from a personal bystander. And it's been great since. And so I had my personal brand, Mikeala B Branding, and then maybe a year and a half later, I grew the Influential Women, which was actually the same month that I graduated college. And in about, I think 9 months now, I'm about 60,000 followers on the Influential Women, which is amazing. It grew a lot faster than I anticipated.
Yes.
But it made me really just take this brand and run with it. So right now I'm actually working as a lead at Starbucks. And I love that because Starbucks is such a great company. While I'm growing this brand, and I meet so many people, so many business people come into Starbucks working, and so you get to talking with them, and I've actually collaborated with a couple of my customers, which is amazing.
Right, that's right. Mikeala works for Starbucks. She's like manager, supervisor level, and I love me some grande white chocolate mocha with 2 cups of vanilla, light caramel drink.
Right,
that is my drink.
Good.
That is my drink.
Yes.
I love that. Now, Mikeala, walk through a little bit of your journey to the point of where you at, the woman who you are right now. Now, I know you're originally from Texas.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I know you currently live in Florida. What did you major in? Because I know you graduated from Full Sail University.
Yes, ma'am. I actually graduated with entertainment business bachelor's degree. And that was honestly phenomenal because it wasn't a traditional college. So I had classes every month differently. And every professor was actually working in the industry. And Full Sail is actually co-owned by WWE and Universal Studios as well.
Oh,
So yeah, people have worked with people in Disney, people that are entrepreneurs and know all of these big names in the business. And one of my professors was actually or still is the manager of the Backstreet Boys. So that's really cool to like be able to
yeah,
connect with her on Facebook and all types of things. So and learn.
yeah.
So
So your degree is like in entertainment, but so were you in that Disney program? The
yeah, I
Disney.
did the Disney program for a little bit, and then I did it after my first college, and then I came back to Texas and realized I wanted to go back to Florida. So then I enrolled into Full Sail University, and
Hmm.
I had a couple professors there too that I didn't know exactly that I wanted to do branding, but I just did
Hmm.
what I love to do. And they were like, so you should be a brander. And I would meet with them one on one, and they kind of really helped me find my voice into branding and really do it the right way and kind of find that core of your business and how you
Right.
can benefit others with it. And that's kind of been like the biggest eye opener for me because to have the amount of people that I do on the influential page and
Yes.
connecting with me and saying that they have like my quotes as their screensavers and stuff. It's a blessing for sure.
Yes. And then when you started blogging, like well, in the beginning of your journey, you said you started blogging and you really didn't know, what angle, where to go as
Right.
far as like your major, what you want to do when you get older. What did you blog about? Did you talk about the branding or entertainment?
I talked about basically myself as a woman. I talked not
Okay.
about my personal journey per se, but just like my aspect of life. So always being underestimated by others growing up or
Hmm.
just overcoming different things, different types of depression. You know, everybody has a different type of depression. And really taking that and seeing the positive in it, always shedding some
Hmm.
light because, you got to help people when they're in need for sure.
Right.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And then now, how did you? I always wanted to ask you this,
Yeah.
personally. How
Yeah.
did you come up with the whole concept of influential women, the platform? Because if you, for those who are going to be watching the replay, if you haven't gone to the Instagram page, I want you to go to her page and look at the colors, the layouts, and everything.
Yeah.
How did you come up with that from the blogging to I'm going to do this?
Okay. That's a good question. I knew I just wanted something different when it came. For my personal brand, it wasn't going as far as I wanted it to go, I guess.
Hmm.
And I really wanted something that could benefit others than just saying, hey, come to me, I can really help you with your brand. No, I kind of wanted to shed some inspiration daily and then kind of go deeper into that message. So I came up with the influential women off the top of my head. I made the logo, and maybe in like 2 days after I had the idea of the influential women, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to make the page and start making this content and see how it goes. And navy blue is the primary color of my brand. And I've always loved navy blue. For some
Oh
reason,
yeah.
yeah, it's always popped out on me. And
Hmm.
with my other personal brand, it's always been pink. So I decided to kind of collaborate the two. But blue kind of means like, it's sophisticated and pink is feminine and
Hmm.
the lighter color is very clean and organized. And that's what I wanted to show in my brand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then also the graphics though.
Hmm.
Did you create all that? You
Yeah.
like yourself?
Yeah. Like I created the logo myself and all the quotes in the background. There's like a flower. That flower took about 3 hours to sketch
What?
and design and stuff. So I'm no graphic designer, but one I just kind of stick to it and really teach myself how to do certain things, and it became my logo and it really stuck and a lot of people like it, so I decided to keep it.
Yeah, and then you also feature like celebrities.
Yeah, I
Um,
feature celebrities on my
like
celebrity.
celebrity quotes. Have you connected with them in
uh,
that way?
no, not necessarily the women that, because I always tag them, but I've
Hmm.
gotten like, I think it was one person, I can't remember who it was, but they've like liked it they like the story. You know, you can react to
Mm-hmm.
the story on Instagram. A couple of
Mm-hmm.
people have like reacted to it, or I'll get like their fan pages that come and, you know, repost it and stuff, which is cool. But recently, this is pretty new news, but Gary Vaynerchuk is a very successful entrepreneur in the game. He has over 5 million followers on Instagram alone. And you should check him out. He's super influential for sure. And his
Right.
team reached out to me, basically saying that that he wanted to make original content for my page with his quotes. So I recently just designed all of that, and he'll be sharing it to his sister accounts and stuff. So that's up to probably 2 million followers almost per account. So it's
Wow.
awesome.
And see, social media is amazing.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's amazing who you can connect with, because a lot
Yeah.
of women, a lot of people I have connected with through social media, because I use it for like connecting with people, collaboration. We use it for a good purpose. In other words, and so that, and then you can honestly, now they may not know this, Mikeala. I
Mhm.
know you just created the Influential Woman website
Yes. Yeah,
as
it's
well.
a beginner website because I want to put like some PDFs and some worksheets on there in the future to really sell my brand. But I also want to start making some merchandise pretty soon. So I want to sell that on that website. But also,
Mhm.
I'm totally open to having guest bloggers on my website too. So if anybody is interested, just send me a direct message.
Yeah, yeah, because
Yeah.
I have wrote a blog for Mikeala as well, and I purchased a shirt from her as
Yes.
well. Now
Yes.
she created it's the Influential Woman shirt where there's a quote up there,
Mhm.
and so I participated in doing a video for her, and the shirt is cute. Yeah, you have to purchase.
Super.
What is the link? Is it on the website if they want to
Yeah,
purchase a shirt?
it is on the website if they want to purchase it. I might actually have to relink some stuff because it's through Amazon that I did it for now.
Mhm.
So I'll have to relink it for sure.
Mm. Now, how do you have any tips? What if someone is interested in becoming a blogger or just like being a creative? As far as that type of mindset, what tips do you offer those who are inspired by that?
Don't overthink it. Don't overthink the content that you're really putting out. As long as you're putting out something that is beneficial to your audience and
Mm-hmm.
really reflects you as a person, and you're living in your truth, and your brand has those core values to follow, you'll be okay. And it doesn't have to be thousands of followers. You only need one good client sometimes. And that,
Right,
it's about who you know sometimes. And
right.
just keep your mind open, take yourself out of your comfort zone. This is actually my first Facebook Live. So this is definitely out of my comfort zone, but it's not that bad. Like, I always like freak out before a little bit, get a little bit of anxiety. But it's really not that bad. You just got to take a
Mhm.
breath and say, what's the worst that can
Yeah.
happen?
Yeah, just what I do, just like, well, we're just having girl talk.
Exactly.
That's
And
all.
that's what
And
it feels like.
I like to create that environment.
Yeah.
And see now, y'all, Mikeala, how in the world did you get it to? Everyone probably wants to know. What did you do to get influential on Instagram to come from 10,000 to 20 some thousand? And I
Yeah.
mean, you like almost at that 60,000
Yeah.
mark.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people following your content.
Yeah, there was a point where it was like growing 1,000
Mm-hmm.
for 2 days, basically.
Yeah.
And it's kind of slowed down a little bit, but that honestly gives me some breathing space too. To kind of work on like my brand more in depth and merchandise and stuff rather than
Mm-hmm.
constantly on my phone. Um, but yeah, I think the content is great. Like I said, it relates to other people, but really connecting with them one on one. People
Mm-hmm.
don't see behind the curtain is that I'm really messaging all of these women, and some women have like they just need somebody to talk to. So
Right.
really establishing that relationship with them is
Mm-hmm.
amazing. But then if you use hashtags right, that's one thing. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually building another brand that I'm going to be putting all of these Instagram formulas into that I'll basically give my clients and stuff, which is amazing. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just using Instagram's features in a different way than other people are using them. You just kind of have to see all perspectives on how you can use these features to benefit your content and get it out there to the right people.
Right, because I was getting ready to hit on that because you is basically you started a blog because
Mm-hmm.
this is her journey. She started a blog. She's a college graduate. Yes, they're looking at yes, she's a like manager level at Starbucks, but she still has the influencer brand on Instagram, and you're turning it into a business
Yeah,
basically.
that's my goal. And I have way bigger, like the whole 5-year plan that I want to execute.
Mm-hmm.
And it keeps getting bigger. Like I had the idea to have like a location, and now that location
Yeah.
is turning into an agency, you know? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I just have so many different ideas to bring to this brand. And now I'm bringing in the sister company that'll basically help bring both perspectives of my knowledge and my inspiration to the table.
Yeah, and then I want to pause for a moment, Mikeala. I see Grace said, I'm so glad I tuned in. I have been truly been looking into doing blogging and branching off into branding.
Yeah,
Thank you, Grace.
thank you, Grace.
So
And
hopefully you
do it.
can connect with Mikeala because I have talked with her about some tips about doing different things. So she has definitely helped me out. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's I want to get to that too. The invent her. This
Yeah.
is something new that Mikeala has just started. And so tell us a little bit about that. I'll let you tell us more in depth about that.
Yeah, so the influential woman is more of the inspiration. And like I said, I wanted to do some merchandise, and that's for all my audiences. But then I invented Invent Her because I wanted to spread more knowledge to my consumers. And in that way, you know, when you have a brand on Instagram, you kind of have to think of it beyond Instagram. So I love having the content and like the layout of the influential women. But with
Mm-hmm.
Invent Her, I want to start doing at least one free webinar a month. And then I want to have paid webinars where I really go into depth about some branding guides and really teaching a lesson to all the influentials out there. And then as well as accountability groups every quarter that are private. And basically in these groups, we'll have the Instagram formulas and really go one-on-one with your journey with a group of maybe about 12 women. And this will all go like every week we'll meet. I'm still putting together all of the little details, but
Mm-hmm.
basically I just want to spread knowledge to my influentials on building your brand the best that it can be.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So invent her. I put the hashtag for those who are interested in looking it up on Instagram and following her because she already talked to me about it. We talked on the phone about it, and she said, asked me, was I interested? Heck yeah. I told McKay, I said, yeah, I was actually. So I would love to do that because I see her work. I see her work. I've seen her videos, and so the ones I bring to Lady Ball Show, these are all like the real deal, authentic women.
Yes.
And hope they probably have some men too, but
Mm-hmm.
authentic women who are doing their thing. So, Mikeala, you're a young lady.
Yes.
You're a young lady, and I'm telling you, there's a lot of women who's older than you that are like being inspired. There are some that's younger than you that's being inspired.
Mm-hmm.
So when they ask you for tips, now are you turning into a business coach?
Basically,
As part of your business, or is it how do you handle that if someone wants to reach out to you after this show?
yeah, like if anybody wants any tips, it depends on the tip. If it's like, you know, if you should start paying for that or whatever. But little tips I never mind, you know, giving away. And I love connecting with people and helping them enhance their brand. But
Mm-hmm.
I love taking on clients, talking to my clients every week. We do goal settings together, and then we kind of hold each other accountable. And I kind of do the same thing with them, like we're partners, you know, like, oh, I have this goal and you have this goal. What can we do together to make it work? What can we do to inspire one another? So we just ramp each other up, which is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if anyone is interested, feel free to reach out to her on the Influential Woman Instagram page, correct?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
you can DM her there and she'll connect with you. She'll take it further if need to. Now
Yeah.
let's talk about I'm sorry, you go ahead.
Oh no, it was just at the Influential Women on Instagram.
Okay.
That's the
Yeah.
Yeah.
For that, I mean, when you see the blue, is it blue and pink
Yeah, it's
mostly?
like a navy blue and like a rusty pink, and it's
When you see it, you're like, that's it. It is so it attracted me. Everything about it just basically attracted me, and that's how I don't even know how I found Mikeala. It's weird. The Lord is amazing how He connects people. I was going through Instagram. I said, I like this. Next thing I know, I connected with her, and see now the young lady is here. Now, Mikeala, let's talk about your podcast. The
Yeah.
Influential Woman podcast is available on Apple Podcasts. It's on just available everywhere.
Yeah, it's
Podcast
available
is
on like
available.
13 different
Yeah,
platforms.
yeah, and Mikeala is she's someone I reached out to about podcasting as well, and she gave me some good information about podcasting.
Yeah.
Now, but the podcast is a little different from your Instagram.
Yeah.
So those of you, tell them a little bit about that, because we do have some. I know there's some ladies that's into listening to podcasting as well.
Yeah, podcasts are getting so much more into everybody's daily routine. People listen to podcasts on the way to work, on their way back from work, when they're taking a shower. It's just become more of like a daily thing for people. And Gary Vaynerchuk, the guy that I was just telling you guys about, he always said to spread voice or video, one of those two in your brand for sure. And I was like, okay, well, I haven't really had much like a video time or video practice in my time. So I was like, well, let's start with the podcast. And so once the Influential Women started growing, I had the idea at first to like just have the community or the podcast for a community, like a private community. But I was like, all right, well, I'm going to just put it out there, see how people like it. And with the Instagram, people got connected with the podcast. And I get emails. I probably get 20 emails a week of women basically asking to be on the show. And so I've never had to ask anybody to exactly be on the show, which is nice. But people will just go ahead and like tell me their story, tell me what they want to talk about and their audience and why they think they would be beneficial to my podcast. And I'm like, okay, yeah, come on. Let's schedule a date. I usually schedule dates 3 weeks ahead in advance because of my Starbucks schedule. But yeah, I connect with other lady bosses. When I ask people to go on the show or I accept them on being onto the show, I look for two things on their Instagram. And that's that I can clearly see what you're doing or what you do with your brand on your Instagram. And two, that you're connecting with your consumers, because that's really important to me and my brand for sure.
Yeah, because you want to make sure those of you that you do put on your podcast or on Instagram that it is beneficial to your brand. So that's one major tip that people want to keep in mind. If you already have a platform or if they're not creating a platform, you want to make sure that it's beneficial, not anything that make people go like, huh? Nothing like that.
Yeah. Sorry. And every week I have like a goal of women that I want to connect with a week. And so I say at least 10 people a week, because that gives me time throughout, my off days. We spend at least 2 hours a day on Instagram sometimes. So you can talk to a lot of people in that time, even if it's just like a quick reaction to their story or just a quick reply to their story or something. That starts to build a connection. And then even just one time, they'll start connecting with you on Instagram and they'll start reaching out to you more rather than you're reaching out to them.
Yeah, so that's a good takeaway for those of you who's watching live and for those of you who are going to be watching the replay. And if you haven't already, feel free to share this out to your to your followers, any groups or Facebook page that could be beneficial to meeting Mikeala and connecting with her as far as getting branding strategies. Now, the Invent Her Instagram, that page, that community, I saw, is it launching this month or next month?
Yeah, it's launching March 25th, which is the birthday of my late friend's his passing. He passed 2 years ago, but that's his birthday. So I thought that'd be like a good tribute to him. And so it'll be launching this month. And then the first workshop will be in the beginning of April, which will be the free one. And then I'll have another paid one later on in the month, and also the quarterly accountability groups will be starting in April as well, because that's the second quarter of 2019.
Okay, so the workshop, is that going to be like, that's virtual? Is that going to be?
It's all going to be virtual. And then I was thinking for people in the Orlando area, I was actually going to have like live events and like live engagement pods, basically. So people come to these events, and I have like a whole set of exercises to help each other's engagement within that hour of the event.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. If you had any upcoming events that someone may be interested in the area?
Nothing is verified yet, but it's definitely in the works. I've been working so much, but Starbucks, another reason Starbucks is great is because they give us grants every year, basically off of their stock. And it's based off of how long we've worked there and how much we work within the year. So it's basically like a free $800 that Starbucks will give you a year, twice a year. They'll give you like $1,400. That's what I'm getting this year from them.
Twice a year. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Just for working there.
Just for working there. I think after 2 years, you start to get their stock. And I've been with Starbucks for 4 years. You start to get their stock. And yeah, I'm just going to start using that to invest into my business in little ways for merchandise and stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
Shucks.
Yeah.
Another reason why you should keep drinking Starbucks coffee, for those of you who like Starbucks, or for those of you who are interested in working there, that's a good incentive point as well.
Yeah.
And Mikeala, I do see Grace put a comment up. She said, okay, I'd love to be in your first class.
I'd love to have you, Grace.
So is there a website? Now, I know the Influential Woman has a website. Is there a website for anything for them to connect with you for the Invent Her?
I'm creating one right now for Invent Her, but the webinars and stuff, I have all of that set up. So it'll basically be a link, and I can create a landing page for everybody to connect. And I'll also have my email list up and running pretty soon so that people can get updates through their email about what we're doing when we're doing it and stuff.
All right. Now,
very important.
Yes. Now, if you guys have any questions, feel free to post this, the comments there, and I'm sure Mikeala will answer your questions, even after the broadcast. She can answer your questions. And
Grandpa,
and I do see we have some more viewers watching, so thank you everyone who's watching live. Mikeala, those of who's interested in creating a business, some people have done it like you, and they started first with the blogging, or they may want to start Instagram. Are there any other tips that you can think of? 'Cause I know I listen to your podcast, so you have interviewed some women who you're actually giving coaching tips.
Yes. Yeah.
For. And as far as, and it depends on, I guess, what her angle is, what she's trying to do. What kind of tips can you give for those who are interested in starting a business? They may even want to start on Instagram, and they don't see the engagement, which you have to build it. But what kind of tips can you offer them as far as content or anything?
Consistently be posting on Instagram. There will be a couple of days or weeks throughout the month that maybe I'm too busy where I can't post for 3 or 4 days, and that's okay. Like, nobody's judging you for not posting, but as long as you're posting within the week and you're showing that like your brand is updated with the time and you're connecting with your audience and stuff, like, you'll be okay in any way, shape, or form, because as long as you have true organic followers, Yeah, you'll be fine, and don't use any third parties for
Oh
your
no.
Instagram. Instagram can track everything that you're doing, even if you have an engagement pod, and
Hmm.
it'll basically lower the chances of your content being seen on your feed, because now it goes by algorithm rather than when you post.
Right, and we know Facebook, Instagram
Hmm.
go hand in hand.
Exactly.
But Instagram is it's an awesome platform
Yeah,
to connect with people.
yeah.
But that's how I met this young lady, is through Instagram. So if you haven't already, I do see we have some more people popping in. We would like to engage with you. If you have not state what city or state that you're watching from, feel free to do so. And, share this out. If you have any other questions or you want to connect with Mikeala, you can connect with her on her Instagram page. That is the Influential Woman, where all the lady bosses and boss babes go to and hang out at. Because you'd be
Yeah,
surprised exactly what's going on Instagram.
yeah,
It's on this particular page.
and always post content that's engaging, because I'll post one post that's like, "Hey, babes, where are you from? What
Mm-hmm.
are you focusing on this week? What do you
Mm-hmm.
do to help your stress levels?" And I think the most I've gotten was about 300 comments on one post, just full of
I remember.
boss babies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, full of boss babes,
Mm-hmm.
just giving each other advice and connecting with each other. And there's actually people that have messaged me saying, "Oh, I've met this person and we're collaborating in this way. Thank you so much for connecting me with me to her and stuff." So
Mm-hmm.
it's fun.
Oh, see the power of social media. And then I do see. Thank you, Jennifer, for thank you for your comment. I appreciate that. She's watching us all the way from Dallas, Texas.
Yep, that's my mama.
Oh, oh, thank you for watching. I appreciate that. And thank you for sharing this out. I love your daughter. Your daughter has such a sweet spirit. She really
Yeah.
does. And so, Mikeala, is there anything else you want us to know? Any that the viewers would like to know as far as anything you have? Oh, it just hit me. I forgot to write this question down.
Yeah.
Are you working on a workbook?
Yes, I'm working on a couple.
Mm-hmm.
And so all of the engagement pods and stuff that I'm doing with Inventor will base off of these workbooks. So I'm going to sell the workbooks on the Influential and Inventor. But the webinars will be going more into depth with those workbooks, and people can ask questions on them. And I'll kind of go into more detail, because I'll be creating formulas based off of those worksheets.
Okay, so this is going to be taking up give her time. She needs of course, enough time to get
Yeah.
everything together. Because
Yeah.
I hear she keeps saying formulas. So she's willing to. She's creating a community, giving people tips. I don't think it's tricks, but it's tips.
Yeah.
as far as to grow on Instagram. And Grace said, she said, I was totally vivid to this live. This was truly informative. Thank you, Grace.
I'm so glad.
Thank you. Thank you for everybody for coming in and watching. Watching the Lady Boss Show. Thank you, Mikeala.
Yeah, and this will also be featured on my podcast as well. And Inventor, I'm going to be making a little slideshow of this whole podcast episode on Inventor.
Yeah, so make sure everyone follow Invent her, because she's growing that as well. That is a community that she stated, where you get the workbooks. She's going to create Instagram pods where you can you collaborate. You're going to be holding each other accountable, which is is necessary. Trust me, it's necessary to have groups like that. Clusters, some may call it mastermind groups. All that's necessary into being. I call my podcast called Cultivating the Lux Lifestyle, as far as transforming, changing, because that's the only way you're going to be successful. And you can't do it by yourself.
Yeah.
So thank you, everyone who's have watched this particular broadcast, this show. Thank you, Mikeala, for joining live. Anything else you want to say? I don't like to just cut things off.
No, thank you so much for having me. If anybody has any questions or wants to reach out, I would love to message you. I'm off all day tomorrow and tonight. So I'll just be on my computer working on Inventor, the Influential, and connecting with other women. So I'll be more than happy to talk to you.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, everybody, for watching the Lady Boss Show. I'll see you hopefully next week or the week after.
Yes, for sure. I definitely want to connect with you soon and talk more
All
about
right.
the mentor.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for
All right.
watching.
Bye.
Bye.